we are now joined via Zoom by political analyst Dr Ricky Mukonza to weigh in on the January 8th statement delivered by ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa a short while ago. Very good afternoon to you, Doctor. Thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News, sir.
Good afternoon, Flo. Good afternoon to your viewers.
All right, let's get some reaction then from you, Dr. Mukonza, just regarding what was said by the President. Interestingly, the President talking about wanting to shape the public perceptions of the movement, also talking about renewal of the party and unity of the ANC, which we've heard before, saying that the ANC is now unstoppable. What are your thoughts, and what really stood out for you?
I think we must emphasize, Flo, the fact that, I saw a confident president probably, coming on the back of the success that he enjoyed in the 55th elective conference. And not only that, but also the fact that he now enjoys support in the top seven. I think the balance of forces are in his favor. Not only that, but also in the NEC. So I think that's what underlines the confidence that we saw in the delivery of the president. But getting into the content of what he said, I believe the president touched on the key issues that South Africa is facing. I think those are the issues that any ordinary South African is interested in. Issues of energy. People are interested in hearing how is the ruling party, and obviously that will trickle down to government. How is the ruling party, proposing to solve the energy crisis? Yeah. Issues of just transition, and also issues to do with unemployment, particularly amongst the youth, and service delivery issues. So those are some of the issues that the president emphasized on, and I think he hit the right notes in terms of his speech. All right,
Dr. Mukonza, let's pause for a little bit. I do understand that we have a call on the line. Our viewers are indeed wanting to interact with us then this afternoon. Mabaso from Limpopo, very good afternoon to you. Thanks for calling in. What's your question or input?
No, it's not actually a question. It's just a comment.
Sure.
By the speech given by our president, the way he expressed himself, if he can actually curb the roots of corruption, actually eliminate corruption and this one of load shedding, I'm sure we can actually go far. More especially when it comes to unemployment, address the issues of youth in our country, as well as gender-based violence. If we can actually focus on that, we'll be very much happy. It's then that we can actually say that our president now is doing our work and is on the right track.
All right. Thanks very much to you, Mabaso, from Limpopo, weighing in there. Dr. Mukonza, let's bring you right back there. I mean, there are some of the main issues, and certainly I'm hearing a lot of our viewers echoing the same sentiments when it comes to the issues that, day-to-day issues that South Africans are grappling with. He talks about the issue of load shedding, the issue of corruption, saying that we can certainly go far without, corruption, load shedding, and saying that, if the party can deal with unemployment and the problems really that we're dealing with when it comes to gender-based violence. Those are some of the bigger issues that South Africans are really speaking about. What are your thoughts? And did the president adequately sort of address these particular issues in your view?
I think, as I have already alluded to, Flo, I think the president, in terms of articulating the issues that are affecting South Africans on a daily basis, I think he did well. But I must hasten to say the challenge in South Africa, Flo, has never been articulation of problems or understanding what the problems are, but it has been in the implementation of the different plans that South Africa has. Whether you're talking at the ruling party level, at the level of government, the different spheres, I think that's where, for me, the issue is. As they say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't get too excited and carried away by this good delivery by the president. But we should wait for the implementation of these proposals that have been put to the table.
Yeah. When we're talking about unemployment, it was quite interesting to hear President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about the fact that, the ANC, certainly government, is providing 30 million people with social grants. I mean, I thought there was something quite absurd to be happy about, because what it then points to is the clear fact that, people don't have jobs since they are relying on these social grants. How does the ANC tackle such an issue when they see it as actually something to be proud about? I mean, it clearly highlights the fact that people are simply not working.
I think you are quite right. Provision of so many people, provision of grants to so many people, I think points to a bigger problem, which is that people are not self-sufficient. People do not have the means to look after themselves, which I think should be something that the African National Congress must look at and say, how do we improve the economic environment so that you have an environment that allows for industries to thrive, for different business endeavors to thrive, so that we can have more employed people than people that are on grants. Whilst I think we should appreciate that at least government is trying to do something to help those that are in abject poverty. But I think so many years down the line, almost 30 years into independence, the African National Congress government should be aiming for better things than celebrating, putting people on grants.
All right, let me pause you again, Dr. Mukonza, as we have another caller on the line. I believe Musa from Umtata is on the line with us. A very good afternoon to you. What's your input this afternoon?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, I'm fine. Yes, my comment about the January 8th statement that was done by the president, I will say that it was fine, all-rounded, but I will comment about the unemployment that we have in South Africa. I can say maybe the president, if he can be practical, he started to be a president in 2018, but it's about talking, investment conferences, nice speech.
Yeah.
But what he can do now, if he can implement everything, like all the policies of the ANC that ANC have, I think that's my comment, yes. But and I'm happy for the NEC that they have the zebra, that they have you can see now there is no one who can split because all factions were included in the NEC. So I'm very happy. Even the speech of the president, yes, I'm happy.
All right, great point. Great point, Musa from Umtata there. Let's bring you right back then, Dr. Mukonza. I mean, he talks about the fact that there's an issue when it comes to the implementation of policies. And that's certainly something that has been raised before. Do you think that something will be different this time around? Will we actually start to see implementation? I mean, President Cyril Ramaphosa, for example, spoke about modernizing the ANC, but I don't remember really picking up on how this modernizing would happen. How did he expand on how this modernizing would be taking place? I mean, as you say, you know, it's great, good speech, but let's talk about the issue of implementation and how these things would be implemented.
Precisely, Flo. You see, it's of no use to have a very good speech today of the January 8th statement, and tomorrow people wake up in their usual poverty situation. So people, like I said earlier on, are more interested in implementation of policies, of decisions that will change their lives. Until and unless we have that, and unless we have issues such as service delivery, people are waiting to see services being delivered, particularly by municipalities. Unemployment, the young people that are out there are waiting to get employment. That's the day that they will say, I think the ANC is working for us. I think the President Ramaphosa's speech is working for us. So I think the African National Congress and President Ramaphosa's government have a serious challenge, especially going into 2024, because they are going to be assessed not only on how good their speeches were, but they are going to be assessed by voters this time around, not by the ANC members and ANC supporters, but the entire voting population in South Africa. They're going to be assessed on the basis of how much they were able to change the life of South Africans for the better. And I'm looking at the time that is there. President Ramaphosa need to pick low-hanging fruits on what can be done between now and the time that we're going to have elections. Otherwise, they will be judged very harshly by voters.
Yeah. All right. Dr. Ricky Mukonza, we appreciate your time. So thanks very much for weighing in. Political analyst there, Dr. Ricky Mukonza, weighing in, of course, on the January 8th statement delivered by ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's take one last caller then. I do believe that Spusiso from Mpumalanga is on the line with us this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you, Spusiso. What is your input then this afternoon?
Thank you very much, I'm very disappointed from the speech by the president. The president is repeating one of the same thing. You can tell that the monitoring evaluations are not doing justice, because you can't come each and every way and repeat one and the same thing. Now, people don't need grants, people need jobs, because if you are to look at the grant which are given to people, the 350, what are you going to do with the 350, which keeps on emphasizing? People need jobs. Now, ANC tells us that they are out of plans. We then have to do justice. Voters have to do justice by taking out the ANC. I think like they're out of plan. They don't have any plan anymore. Now, look at, I thought the president will also touch on the state enterprise. I'm looking at your brother. Mm-hmm. Now we have these trucks which are causing accidents every day. I thought he's going to go deep on that. Just yesterday I saw one truck also caused another accident. I thought he's going to talk on that, because these trucks are unnecessary. They're supposed to go back and revise the state enterprise So ANC is out of plan. It's about time they vacate the government. Thank you very much.
All right, we appreciate your input there. Busiso speaking to us from Mpumalanga then this afternoon. And we appreciate you weighing in and giving us your views on that phone line. We certainly don't always open the phone line on this particular show, but we certainly do like to hear from you.